Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Mistress of Ceremony, Council President Mary Beth Sussman.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here. I want to thank the Denver Municipal Band for their wonderful music and for all the wonderful service they give us. And I want to welcome all of you and ask you to stand. And at this time, please be sure to silence your cell phones. And now we will have the presentation of colors, performed by representatives from the Department of Public Safety.
Detail. Halt. Ready. Face. Present. Color.
Please welcome an independent soul singer who has appeared on American Idol to sing our national anthem. Please welcome Sue Such Charles.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say doth that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
What a moving rendition. Thank you very much, Such. That was gorgeous. I'd now like to introduce Frank Dadone, Chief Information Officer, Technology Services, to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please have a seat. I am so honored to be here at this presentation, and I'm not alone, of course, and I'd like to introduce the people who are on the stage with me. First of all, I'd like to ask all my council colleagues to stand and give them a warm welcome. They are just one terrific group. I also would like to welcome Presiding Judge of Denver County Courts, John Marcucci. And our Denver District Attorney, Mitch Morrissey. Our clerk and recorder, Deborah Johnson. A star in her own right. And Deputy Mayor Carrie Kennedy. Who, of course, runs our finance office, and they say it's never real until it hits the finance office. So we're very happy to have Carrie Kennedy. I now would like to invite the Reverend Father Eustace Sequeira to the podium to share the morning's invocation.
Thank you, Mayor Michael Hancock, for inviting me to lead this prayer of invocation. It's an honor. Today we gather to pray for our mayor, his council, his administrative colleagues, and the boards and committees that assist him in leading our great city of Denver, the capital of Colorado, towards its tomorrow. Denver is a city that is rearing to go with increasing growth and prosperity, but a city that needs the guiding hand of the Almighty, our Creator God, who invites us to co-create this beautiful city into one that is loving and caring, one that has a place for every person in all their diversity. We have a great city that seeks to satisfy the needs of each and every citizen. The joy of the mountains and the streams nearby offer us a beauty that captivates, a weather that cheers, and happy faces beaming with Denver's characteristic kind and gentle affection. We thank the Lord our God for his blessings and the care that he has for us. We pray that these blessings envelop our dear city of Denver, with Mayor Hancock as its leader, and all those responsible for our well-being and the common good, that they may have the courage to plan a future of improvement, particularly for those who cannot achieve it by themselves in their economic and social lives. As Rabindranath Tagore, a famous poet, once wrote, "Let me not pray to be sheltered from dangers, but to be fearless in facing them. Let me not beg for the stilling of my pain, but for the heart to conquer it." We ask this in the name of the living God, to which we all say, Amen.
Thank you, Father Sequeira. Lovely words. I would now like to introduce our host for today and thank him very much for the use of your wonderful facility. Please welcome Christopher Heinrich, Director of the Denver Art Museum.
Much, Councilwoman Sussman. And thank you all and welcome to the Denver Art Museum. It feels a little like I'm going to give you now the cultural placing, which I'm very happy to do. I feel we're here at the museum. Everybody in Denver is blessed with a city, with a state actually, that values culture, science, and education in the way that Denver, that Colorado does, as a foundation of a thriving community and as a bolster of our economy. At the museum here, we try to live up with the two big A's. One A is for ambition, and the other A is for access. Our ambitions are high. We just opened yesterday the big summer show, a Tom Wesselman retrospective, and you might have seen in Time magazine that we actually were on the cover of the cultural section with our show, a full page. At the same time, we show Western bronzes, a collaboration with the Metropolitan Museum. We show Japanese woodblock prints. We show our own Coloradan Daniel Sprick. We show all sorts of photography. We show quilts. So it's a huge variety. And honestly, it feels like being in a big museum, like feeling in a very big city. And that's a great feeling. And that's really why we are proud to be here. And the other axis, the other A is the big access A. It's so much what this community here in Denver is about,
providing access to everybody, embracing a very diverse community and making culture and science accessible to everybody. I give you just one little number. We provided free access last year to more than 240,000 visitors. That is actually almost a third of last year's attendance. And this is really where Denver's 4 magic letters come in, SCFD. The Scientific and Cultural Facilities District, approved by you, approved by the voters of Denver. SCFD provides funding for broad access to world-class program. Thank you all for this support. With that, I would like to thank Mayor Hancock and his team for choosing our museum for this important day and invite all of you and your families back to the museum. Thank you very much for being here today.
His mouth is a foot over my head. Christoph, of course, is a converted Denverite and passionate about our city, but you can imagine what country he is from, and so I would like to congratulate him on the World Cup. It was all your doing, I understand. Yes. Okay. Got to find my place here, and it's on the next page. I get to do the introduction of a very special person. I first laid eyes on Michael Hancock many years ago when he came to speak to my daughter's high school class. That would be Manual High School, go Bolts. Yeah. And listening to him and his inspiring words, I turned to my friend next to me and I said, that young man is going to be our mayor or governor one of these days. Hello, Governor. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the man that inspired me and who is an inspirational leader for us all. Please welcome the great Mayor Michael B. Hancock.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a long speech. Y'all might want to sit down. Let me say, first of all, thank you, Council President Sussman, for your tremendous leadership of shepherding City Council over the last 2 years and for emceeing this event. Good morning, Denver. Good morning to neighbors on South Pearl and on Tennyson, on Santa Fe and Tamarack, those in Cherry Creek and all along Colfax and Monaco. Good morning to everyone who helps to make this city great. Please join me again in thanking Christoph for welcoming us this morning. Thank you so much, Christoph. To my friends and colleagues on Denver City Council, District Attorney Mitch Morrissey, and to all the other elected officials from around the region. I see all of the mayors from the region sitting over there. I want to thank you for being here this morning. I want to take a moment to salute those who will not be returning to these elected seats next year. An auditor, Dennis Gallagher, will leave at the end of this term a legacy of leadership and creative ideas, and who will ever forget his tremendous propensity to entertain us. To Council members Brown, Fotts, Lehman, Montero, Nevitt, and Robb, I had the privilege of serving with you for 8 of the most rewarding years of my career. On behalf of the people of this great city, thank you for your dedication and exemplary service. I also want to acknowledge Clerk and Recorder Deborah Johnson, with whom we stood shoulder to shoulder on civil unions. We are proud to stand with you on marriage equality now. All right, we're going to be here all day. To my good friend, our governor, the great John Hickenlooper, Lieutenant Governor, my brother from another mother, Joe Garcia, and members of our state delegation here with us today, thank you all for your service to Colorado. Yeah. To all of our veterans and active military, of course, we are always proud and honored to salute you. Our families serve alongside us in every capacity imaginable. There are no words to express the love and deep, deep gratitude I have for my wife, Mary Louise Lee, for your commitment to me and to this entire city. To my beloved mother, Charlene, and of course our children for accompanying me on this journey. A lot of members of my family are here. They're all in this section here. Everyone, no, just teasing. To my family, thank you all for being here. I love you and I thank you for your support. Yes. I also want to remember a true community champion we lost recently, Assistant City Attorney Vince DeCroce. He transformed the city's justice system by instilling compassion and humanity into victims' response. But Vince was so much more than a legal giant. He taught us to expect and achieve more. With that, he leaves an invincible legacy to our city. Linda Nichols, his wife, joins us today. She too serves our great city. Linda, we want you to know that all of us have you and your family in our prayers. Thank you, Linda. You know, I am so proud of Denver, of our city employees, of our residents, of all of our neighborhood groups and nonprofits and businesses that define our great city. Every day, I marvel at our determination. We strive to be more, to thrive under any circumstance. And together, we have created a prosperous city that the world recognizes as a community that does it right. Over the past 3 years, we marched out of the recession. We eliminated the budget deficit, fostered a diverse economy, and restored much needed city services. Neighborhood by neighborhood, community by community, family by family, we are emerging as a city of opportunity for all people. With better access to education, healthy foods, parks, and libraries, our children are prospering in one of the safest cities in the country. We're protecting our resources for the future and wisely managing our treasured waterways, parkland, and trails. By delivering on projects such as Denver Union Station, Fast Tracks, and DIA's new hotel and transit center, we're transforming this city right before our very eyes and building for the future. With a quality of life that is second to none, I am pleased to report that the state of our city has never been more vibrant. People are proud to live here. Our city is thriving. Since the beginning of my administration, we have had a basic mission to increase job opportunities, grow and attract new companies, and prepared a skilled workforce for the 21st century. The recession reminded us about the value of a diverse economic base. Small, medium, and large companies spanning a wide range of industries, we need them all. I applaud Paul Washington and his team of great economic development leaders for firing up this economy. Thank you, Paul, for your leadership. In the past year, we attracted companies like Kinross Gold USA, a leading gold mining company. We brought in good manufacturing jobs with Namjek, and we attracted Ardent Mills, the nation's largest flour milling company. We look at each business and each worker and ask, what do you need to be successful in Denver? Because Denver succeeds when we all succeed. Take, for example, small business owner Mulu Halamariam, who immigrated from Ethiopia as a teenager in 1996. A few years ago, she ran probably the only convenience store on East Colfax not selling cigarettes. Wanting the next generation to be healthy, she began selling fashion jewelry instead. A chance meeting with DIA officials led her to take her business to the airport. And last year, she partnered in opening Wetzel's Pretzels, which is projected to see sales of $715,000 in the first year. Congratulations, Mulu. Wherever you are, congratulations. We are determined to help all small businesses take flight. In January, we took major steps to break down barriers for minority and women-owned companies. Through 2 new ordinances and executive order, we are paving the way for disadvantaged firms to do business with the city and setting a new standard for the private sector. With over 27,000 new jobs, 1,500 businesses added to the Denver economy since 2011, job growth in the region is among the nation's strongest. More importantly, unemployment has been cut nearly in half since the height of the recession. Today, Denver's unemployment rate is 5.3%, well below the national average. Our economic development strategy is working. This city of opportunity is open for business. Why should we celebrate this progress? We must recognize that unemployment is still too high. We need to ensure that all of Denver can benefit from our progress. Our Workforce Development Office is reaching out to those companies in Denver that have good jobs sitting empty to connect them with folks who can't find employment. Together, we are training the next generation of welders, machinists, and electricians and putting them to work. When it comes to developing a vibrant economy, the advantage goes to places like Denver, where the smartest, most innovative people want to live. Why did the federal government open a new patent office in downtown 2 weeks ago? Because our culture of ingenuity and talented workforce. Why are innovation centers such as Taxi, Galvanize, and Industry thriving? Because these integrated business communities are magnets for the 21st century workforce. And why is Denver recognized as one of the most competitive startups and small business capitals in the country? Because this city fosters our ideas economy every day by helping entrepreneurs turn concepts into reality. We offer attractive financing to high-growth companies and help support and leverage venture capital. We develop workplaces, ecosystems for the 21st century employee. I am pleased that the city, along with the Downtown Denver Partnership and Colorado Technology Association, will soon open a new Center for Innovation in downtown, a place for these 21st century thinkers to turn designs into profits. Consider that center among the many opportunities opening in our Denver's core in the very near future. The new Union Station links the region with jobs, housing, transportation, and educational opportunities. In 2016, we will extend those opportunities when the East Line to DIA will carry passengers between the airport and downtown in half an hour. That's pretty darn cool, don't you think? Already, Union Station with its Crawford Hotel and new retail has spurred some $1.8 billion wave of development in the area. Office buildings, housing, and businesses are creating an entirely new neighborhood right in the heart of downtown. The transformative power of transit is undeniable. We have watched it grow across the region with fast tracks, and we will help it continue with transit-oriented Denver, a strategy to drive development at transit stations across the city. Housing or retail or bike lanes, we will deliver what those stations and those neighborhoods need to thrive. We're already at work with our community partners in North Denver, where 3 transit stations will re-energize this cornerstone of our city. We will also deliver desperately needed infrastructure, and the stock show will realize its potential as well. We expect the corridor of opportunity between DIA and downtown to have a $2.6 billion economic impact on our economy and provide some 40,000 new jobs over the next 3 decades. At DIA, the windows are up on 12 of the 14 floors of the new hotel and transit center, reflecting not only the profile of the airport, but the strides we are making toward expanding our gateway to the world. From Heathrow to Incheon, Schiphol to Durban, we have seen firsthand the challenges and opportunities of aviation's new frontier. DIA alone contributed some $26 billion to the state's economy in 2013, a record year. Peer airports are spending billions to stay competitive, and Denver cannot afford to be left behind. In just 3 short years, we've opened Denver to new markets in Asia, Europe, and Central and South America that are generating global opportunities for the entire Rocky Mountain West. We're developing business-to-business connections worldwide, and international passenger traffic is up 20% over last year, another record-breaking year. Congratulations, DIA, and the entire region. We couldn't have done it without the partnership of our governor, John Hickenlooper, and the State Office of Economic Development and International Trade. Governor, we thank you for your tireless efforts to make sure our state and our great city are globally connected and globally competitive. Thank you. People from around the world want to visit Denver. Tourists spent a record $4.1 billion here last year because Denver is simply the place to be. Just ask our guests who decide to create their futures in this great city once they walk around Sloan's Lake, visit museums, wonderful museums like this one, or catch a game at Sports Authority Field. And that reminds me, I want to tell you, this is a town for sports fans like me. To the Denver Broncos and the Colorado Avalanche, we want to thank you for the wild ride last season. But you have raised the bar, and we expect you all to go all the way these coming seasons. I was blessed to grow up in Denver, where opportunities at city recreation centers, parks, and good public school systems helped shape the person I am today. It is vital to me that our children and our grandchildren are provided at minimum those same kinds of opportunities no matter what neighborhood they live in. Our goal is to create livable communities, healthy neighborhoods where we can walk, bike, and play, where fresh foods are as accessible as jobs, healthcare, and education. For example, on the Weldon Corridor, working closely with our neighbors, we're preserving the culture and elevating historic 5 Points. Through nearly $500,000 of public investment, we are igniting tens of millions of dollars worth of private development in this area. Over in West Denver, we are making progress on $60 million in infrastructure improvements to Federal Boulevard from Alameda to I-70. We paved alleys and streets, and we are getting rid of dumpsters just to stop illegal dumping. The fact is, for too long, this part of town has been overlooked, but not anymore. I'm excited to announce that we are going to create a town center on Morrison Road to bring food from farm to table, to create jobs and income that will lift up the Westwood community. And to kick things off, next month, we will open up Cuatro Vientos, or Four Winds, the neighborhood's first new park in 30 years. Congratulations. You know, our parks bring this city together, joining families and neighbors for barbecues, tournaments, and even concerts at Ruby Hill's new Levitt Pavilion. We are committed to continue meaningful investment into new parks, trails, sports fields, and better playgrounds. I am proud that my administration is making unprecedented efforts to preserve our parkland and open space. And I thank our park advocates for their partnership. We will have designated more than 700 acres by year's end to ensure that more than 5,000 acres are available for future generations. I am also proud to announce that the city is restoring and preserving nearly 200 acres of habitat between Rocky Mountain Wildlife Refuge and Pena Boulevard near DIA. Adjacent to 61st and Pena Transit Station, we envision an accessible open space area of native grasses and waterways where people can walk with their kids and take in the awe-inspiring views. They might even see a bison or a bald eagle somewhere in the area. I want to thank our partners at the refuge as we launch this project. I hope we will ultimately be able to restore more than 650 acres of open space in this corridor in collaboration with our neighbors in Commerce City and Adams County. From its inception, the lifeblood of Denver has been the South Platte River. We are investing $25 million to restore natural areas and redesign 4 parks along the riverbanks. Imagine fishing, playgrounds, and kayaking, as well as better trails all the way from Overland Park to Glowville, Elaria, and Swansea. In Sun Valley, Weir Gulch is being completely transformed into a beautiful river park opening next month. And we're doing so much more to enhance the livability of our neighborhoods. We're adding new grocery stores in underserved areas. We are delivering on promises, including building the new Central Denver Rec Center and Westerly Creek Park. We're enlivening our neighborhood with arts and culture and creativity. And we're expanding the city's composting program to deliver a more sustainable city. In fact, Denver is becoming one of the most bikeable cities in the nation, with 100 miles of bike lanes and one of the most successful bike share programs in the country. This year, we were also excited to deliver the city's first protected bike lane on 15th Street. How cool was that? Thank you, Jose Cornejo and the people at Public Works, for the safety of our multimodal neighbors. Whether you're driving, biking, or walking, get your heads out of your cell phones. All joking aside, please keep your heads up and share the road safely. To deliver a livable city, safety is paramount. When I came in office, the relationship between the community and the Denver police was challenged. So we restructured the department. Today, crime rates are falling, response times are improving, and police officer productivity is up an impressive 81%. We have also hired 110 new officers, and we'll add another 100 by year's end. What does that mean to you? It means more patrols are focused on crime prevention. It means more officers in high-need areas. It means officers spending more time getting to know you and your neighborhood. Officers like Sergeant Bobby Wadler, who works so successfully with the Orthodox Jewish community in District 1, that his leaders are sharing his cultural sensitivity training. They hope it will help police in other places better understand the needs of diverse communities. I am very proud of the progress we have made and grateful to Chief Robert White and the men and women who put their lives on the line each day to keep this great city safe. Thank you, Denver Police Department. Now, I'm also well aware of how a few bad actors reflect on the entire force. Make no mistake about it. we are holding police officers and sheriff deputies accountable. We have and we will address the few who would tarnish the badge that hundreds of others wear proudly as they serve and protect the people of this great city. In January, Colorado made history as the first community in the world to legalize retail marijuana. Numerous city agencies work with the industry to develop and implement the responsible regulations we have today. I want to thank all of the parties for their hard work, knowing that getting this right will take time. We will continue to push for banking options that will be fair to the business owners. And to protect our neighborhoods, we are pursuing new enforcement around THC extraction. I thank City Council for their partnership and for recently approving responsible spending plan to regulate, enforce, and educate the public on this law, as well as prevent marijuana use among our young people. I commit to you that we will ensure that this new industry is making a safe contribution to our city, not a harmful one. When I came into office in 2011, I knew we had to run the city with a heightened level of efficiency. So I launched Peak Performance, which trains employees to streamline city processes. Peak has exceeded all expectations, being recognized nationwide for taking an employee-led approach to delivering the highest quality of service at the lowest possible cost. For example, without increasing staff, we cut average wait times at DMV in half, and we're planning more innovations to lower wait times again this year. Amen. I know you don't want to stand in line at the city, and I don't either. So we're also making government more accessible through your laptop and smartphone. A small business owner told me recently that the most impressive efficiency my administration has implemented was allowing him to pay his bills to the city online using a credit card. Go figure. With no transaction fees, saving him time and money. I see some of y'all looking around going, you can do that now? Listen, a government that works smarter is a government that works at the speed of you. That's how we're going to try to roll at Denver. Denver cannot move quickly enough when it comes to housing. Access to safe, affordable place to live has never been more important. So we are taking comprehensive action to address the full range of housing challenges. While our city population has spiked in recent years, our housing stock has not kept pace. This gap is exacerbated by rising home prices, which are good news for homeowners and our local economy, but a challenge for many residents and families. 38% of Denver's renters don't earn enough to cover rising housing costs and need some kind of assistance. You know, I was only 23 when I bought my first home. Coming from a family of 10, it was the first time I could claim a space of my own and find some peace. That tiny home shaped me with responsibility and pride. I want that same opportunity, that same sense of security for my children and for all of our children. Last year, we set a goal to build, rehabilitate, and preserve 600 affordable housing units annually over 5 years. I am happy to announce that in our first year, we exceeded that goal, helping to deliver more than 700 affordable housing units last year. Yep. That means we are on track to meet our overall goal of 3,000 new units in 5 years. Soon, we will release a Denver housing plan that will provide a comprehensive path forward for the city's housing policies and resource allocations over the next 5 years. By being crystal clear in communicating our intentions to keep Denver affordable, we're taking a proactive approach to making substantive change. With the extraordinary opportunities that lie ahead for our region, including TODs, it is my sincere hope that in 2015, the state legislature will recognize the chilling effect the construction defect law has had on our for sale condo market. I encourage lawmakers to modify that law so that we can experience the full potential of the housing in Metro Denver. Thank you to the Metro Mayor's Caucus and my counterparts, Lakewood Mayor Bob Murphy and Lone Tree Mayor Jim Gunning, for your leadership on this issue. Thank you. Denver, we must also look to provide stable housing and support services to the city's most vulnerable. Last year, 300 individuals who suffer from mental illness and addiction and make their homes on Denver streets experienced 14,000 days in jail, 2,400 visits to detox, 1,000 arrests, 600 emergency room visits. The cost to taxpayers was over $11 million, 300 people. And what are we fixing? It's time to break the cycle from streets to emergency rooms to jails and back to the streets. I have committed to a new program that will allow the city to pay only for outcomes, to transition away from costly, ineffective remedial services to proven preventive programs. We also must open a rest and resource center offering a full range of coordinated health, employment, and housing services. Additionally, I am pleased that the Denver Rescue Mission will soon break ground on the Lawrence Street Community Center and Courtyard project, which will provide a safe, substance-free area with bathrooms and showers for those awaiting shelter and a hot meal. I have said this from day one. Denver will not be able to solve the issue of homelessness alone. We have initiated a partnership with our neighboring communities to reduce homelessness and hunger across the metro area. And I want to again thank the Metro Mayor's Caucus, especially Aurora Mayor Steve Hogan, for responding to the call. Thank you all very much. Denver, I take tremendous pride in the accomplishments of my administration. And while our investment in the future is never complete, I am most proud of the work we've done and will continue to do for our children. We must deliver to them a city of opportunity, the opportunity for a great education, for libraries and parks, for healthy foods and inspiring activities, for the opportunity to live up to their God-given potential. We began by asking our partners, such as the Denver Public Schools and Denver Public Library, to join us in better aligning our time and money to make a real difference for kids. Together, we are working to ensure that 90% of our third graders are reading at grade level by 2017, that childhood obesity rates decrease, and that more kids finish high school and pursue continued training or education. Denver is, in fact, becoming a role model and winning recognition nationwide for its work to address our children's basic needs. Today, more than 100,000 children have free access to Denver's recreation centers and pools through My Denver Card. Yeah. Listen to this. I am happy to report that some 57,000 kids have the card in their pocket right now. 57,000 Denver kids. I'll never forget Mikey, this kid who pulled his My Denver card right out from his swim trunks at Argo Park Pool and offered it to me with a grin. The My Denver card is getting children into our rec centers like never before, giving them safe, productive options to keep their minds and bodies engaged after school and during summer months. To get the rest of our kids signed up, we're making it even easier by taking applications online very soon. And I'm excited to announce that later this year, the My Denver card will provide access to some of our art and science museums, the zoo, and other cultural institutions. Yeah. Denver, I want you to know that the city's investments in our children have been deliberate. They have been data-driven, and they will have a lasting impact on our communities and our families. In the city of opportunity, we must remain focused on eliminating the achievement gap. That's why we're committing to boosting the number of kids in early childhood education. Today, some 70% of Denver's 4-year-olds are enrolled in the Denver preschool program, one of the best participation rates in the United States. And those students are outperforming their peers. It's now time. It's now time to reauthorize and expand the Denver preschool program. And I will be among those asking you to once again demonstrate your commitment to Denver's youngest students and to our future come November. Now you can applaud. Denver, when we summon the will, there's nothing we can't do. We are forging toward tomorrow with a renewed energy. Right now, an entrepreneur with a MacBook and a dream is sitting in a coffee shop on Brighton Boulevard coding the next great app. Right now, in downtown, new towers are rising from the ground that will transform our skyline. Right now, the new West is dawning in Denver, and it's creating a city of opportunity. However, challenges still exist. Right now, somewhere in Denver, a child is struggling to read at grade level. Right now, a family is living paycheck to paycheck. Right now, someone is wondering where they will sleep tonight. We are all Denver, and in this great city, our great city, everyone matters. And we won't rest until the city of opportunity extends to everyone. Together, we can do better. We must do better. The best is yet to come. Now let's get to work. Thank you all for being here. God bless you, and God bless the city and county of Denver. Thank you.
Well, that was wonderful, Mayor. Wonderful work that you've done. It's been wonderful to be a colleague of yours for these last 3 years. He's just great. Can we just give him another round of applause? Okay, now I would like to invite Reverend Katie Robb Davis from Wilshire Presbyterian Church to the stage to share the morning's benediction.
As we conclude this brief time of examining the state of the city, a process which for most here continues daily, may the God who created us for life together bless this great city of Denver, its leaders, and its people. May the God who spoke through the prophet Jeremiah remind us once again to seek the welfare of the city in which we live, to plant gardens and build homes, to care for families, not just in our own interest, but in the interest of building up whole communities. As we in the West cherish a pioneer spirit and a heritage of rugged individualism, may the God who called disciples to work together call us out from doing things on our own and into the work of participation, collaboration, and deep listening to one another. From Harvey Park to Wash Park, Congress Park to Athmar Park to Villa Park to Park Hill, Capitol Hill to Ruby Hill to Hilltop, from Bear Valley to Green Valley, Westwood to Welsher, West Colfax to East, and everywhere in between, may this city be blessed with involved citizens connecting with one another. as we live and move and have our being in close urban quarters and a great web of diversity. May God bless us with thoughtful patience and mutual forbearance, that our interests might not so much compete as complement, and our differences strengthen the whole. May the work of this city, and especially its leaders, involve head and heart. May you have ears that hear not only the loudest voices, but even those yet unheard, and those without a voice at all. May you have a heart not just attracted to the powerful, but one that also beats for the powerless, the hungry, sick, lonely, and sorrowful, all of us connected by our common humanity. Mayor Hancock, members of council, appointed officials, as you listen to so many voices and concern yourselves with the needs of so many others, may you also find sanctuary in the still small moments that give you rest. God bless each of you with joy and gratitude for this amazing, alive, and evolving Mile High City. Amen.
Wow. In case you didn't know, and maybe she reminded you of somebody, that is the daughter of Councilwoman Robb. Where is she? She's on this side. Yes, sirree. How about that? I think I could use a minister in my family. Let's see, moving on. Okay. Thank you to everyone who spoke to us today. In closing, I would like to again thank Christoph for the use of his wonderful facility and the staff here at Denver Art Museum. I would like to ask all the guests to remain in their seats until the procession leaves the hall. And we invite everyone to join the mayor across the street at the Greek Amphitheater. It's a party where we have foods, trucks, and music. Thank you for being here. Good morning.